Hello, ladies. It's funny, the hens come to meet me every time I walk out the back door. Once or twice throwing bread out the back, and they all run thinking it's going to happen every time. Mr. Rooster, me and him had a few fights. I wanted to make a short video of my rain gutter grow system that I've been working on. I've set it back here in the backyard. It gets full sun and ought to be a good spot for a garden. My framing is a 2x4 on each side with a 1x4 screwed to the top of it. I felt like I wanted a little edge or something to help the bucket set a little more firmly than just on the edge of a 2x4. I've just started filling up buckets with dirt and putting my net cups in and getting them ready. Of course, it's sort of crazy. Today's the 12th of February and it's 80 something degrees out here. My water supply is going to be a 55-gallon drum for now. I've put a brass hydrant in it. I came off with a Y, and then I've got 5/8 inch black water hose to the floats, carrot floats. The floats have a 1/2 inch thread on the ends. I had to use a brass adapter to go from the 1/2 inch thread to the water hose fitting. And then I just bought a 50-foot roll of the black water hose and a whole lot of parts to refit to the ends of the hose, and got everything all spliced. I was trying to use 1/2 inch tubing with little plastic 90s and T's and such, and I was having the devil of a time keeping the leaking down. So I scrapped that whole idea and went to this rubber hose. It seems to be working pretty good. My rain gutters, of course, rain gutters 10 foot long. I took 10-foot 2x4s and 1x4s and cut them down to 9 feet. And that gives me 6 inches on either end. The first end for the valve. The back end, I guess there wasn't any good reason other than give some clearance around the end cap of the gutter. Of course, I've made a small investment in Lowe's buckets. This isn't even half yet. And then a few that I already had, and I've got a friend of mine saving up Tidy Cat buckets. Those don't work so well because of the way the bottom is shaped. The net cup doesn't sit down as far because it's not a flat bottom. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to use those or not. I've noticed a couple of leaks around the gutter caps. These are the kind that have the rubber gasket that goes around the gutter. And I guess on the side of the house during a rainstorm, who cares if a few drips? But out here it could be rather expensive. Keep having to fill this water barrel. I'm hoping it'll last a week or better. But with these drips, that's sort of slow. Not a whole lot. There, 1 and 2. So one every 5 seconds or so. Doesn't sound like much, but you get 3 or 4 of those leaking like that and it'll be a mess. My buckets, like I say, have a hole drilled in the bottom of them, 2 7/8 diameter, with a hole saw. And then I take a net cup, which this is a net cup, and I fill it, pack it full of dirt. See if how well I can do this one-handed. Pack it in there tight, and then mound it up. I think Larry was saying like a ice cream cup. My wife doesn't allow me a lot of ice cream, so I guess maybe mine isn't mounded up as much as his is, maybe. And set it down in the bottom like that, so this part is sticking out, and then that goes into the water in the rain gutter. Supposedly that will draw water up through the dirt out of the gutter. A lot of people's doing it, so it must be working. I'm using the Stay Green potting mix plus fertilizer. Thought I'd try this the first time. I may try some of Larry's mix. If you go to Rain Gutter Gardening System or Rain Gutter Grow System on Facebook, they've got all the recipes and everything for the potting mix and everything else. And one mix for root crops and one mix for top crops. I'm not doing roots this year, but that's going to be my system. I'm probably going to double it, come out further this way with 4 more gutters once I get all this all done and maybe started. And I get the next one set up over here, or maybe behind it going further down. I should have it all set up and ready to go by time to plant the fall crops. The cabbages and collards and all the cold weather stuff. But that's the system. I hope this is helpful to you. If not, at least I got to brag about mine. Thank you.